Hello everybody, Demon Red Mystery, and you can tell I've had a haircut and a beard trim. I would say it's for fashion, but to be honest, I'm going fucking grey, big time. I've noticed it as it was getting long in my beard, even though I've had a trim, the grey's still there. Let's see, how long has it been? It's been a week since my last video, and I know on the last video I'd mentioned that I wasn't feeling too great then, and I didn't get a lot done on the unit. I got 99% of the front of the unit sanded, so I am going to be trying to crack on with getting some more of that sanded today. The only thing, I've been quite ill since Thursday night, Friday. I've been feeling absolutely fucking dreadful. I don't know if it's something that I've eaten or something that I've drank. I mean, my brother Steve, he thinks that it could be from cans. Because basically what I did, I wasn't feeling too great. So basically what I did over the course of a few days was I didn't eat anything the same as what I'd eaten over the previous few days. I had a water bottle I was drinking water from that I thought maybe that's a bit old, so I'll throw that bottle away. So like tried to cut down or change as many things as I could. And one of the only things, or the only couple of things that I didn't really change was, one was milk, which should have been okay, and another was some cans of Fanta I'd got from Farm Foods in a multi-pack. And admittedly, when I drank one, I can't remember what day it was, I drank one, I was like, I'm not really tasting that. And I just put it down to like my taste buds were having an off day. But then Steve said something to me, last night, which, because I'd said to him that like I hadn't drank any cans of Fanta for a day or so, and it's not like I was drinking fucking loads of them, but I'd been feeling alright, and then I happened to have a can of Fanta, and then a little while after that I didn't feel so good. So I'm wondering whether it was the Fanta. And then Steve says, oh, I know what that'll be, rat piss. I was like, well, it reminded me of a TV show that I'd watched that they tested how much like rat piss and shit there is on top of cans of pop and canned foods, basically stuff that's like been in warehouses and stuff like that, and it's quite shocking, really. Remembering about it, pretty much most cans have got some form of piss or shit on them. But to be fair, I'd said to Steve, so well, I know what rat piss smells like, unfortunately, because of where my dad's workshop is. We have in the past had problems with mice and rats, and when you discover somewhere they've been going a lot, the scent is instantly recognisable once you've smelt it once, because it fucking sticks in your nose. It really is a vile smell, and I couldn't smell anything, but it did make me sort of make me think that, I mean, Steve said then, he says, oh well, anything in a can, you should always put it into a glass. And I was like, you know what, he is right there. So I mean, I must admit, it was pretty quickly after he'd mentioned that I did go and have a damn good wash of my face and my lips, just in case. But I'm not sure if it was that, to be honest. I mean, it could have been a combination of my water bottle and the Fanta. I don't know, but my stomach's been really bad. It was really bad for a couple of days. And my head's not been great. I mean, me and James, we did commentary for DGT League race last night, and I couldn't fucking speak properly. And I know I'm not always great with words, but I really want to pick my nose right now. I've got a bug in me. That's why it's called a bugger, because it bugs you. It's not, but yeah. So I really had difficulty. Now, admittedly, on my last video, I mentioned that I've started up my medication again. So I did wonder whether I've been feeling ill because of the medication. I don't think that's what's affecting my stomach, but I wouldn't be surprised that that's what's affecting my head. So, yeah, not feeling great. I mean, yes, if yesterday had been Monday, I wouldn't have been coming here today. And to be honest, I've only had 4 hours sleep. I just could not get to sleep last night. And I mean, I've got some sleeping pills that the doctor gave me a while ago. He said only use these when it's absolutely necessary. The problem is, by the time it's absolutely necessary, it gets to like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. If you take one, how long are you going to be asleep for? Because if I'm going to be asleep for a good 8, 10 hours, then that's me not waking up until in the afternoon, and then my day's gone. And I suppose really at some point I should try one of these tablets so I know what the effect is. So yeah, so not been great at all. And to be honest, I've come here today with no fucking energy or desire to do much at all, other than once again just make sure I get out of the house, and that's about it really. But obviously I do want to get whatever I can do done on this unit. Obviously last week I showed the 1% that I hadn't done on the front, and I'm thinking that because that's kind of like a little fiddly bit, and my hands aren't working today at all. And to be honest, I kind of drove here, and it's been a while since I've driven anywhere and then gone, I don't remember driving that bit. And I know I said recently, like, I wasn't with it too much when I was driving, but this was a little different. So I've really had to sort of focus and concentrate today, and my hands aren't working. So I'm not sure if I want to go with a power tool today, i.e. sander, in case I overuse it and fuck something up. So although my hands aren't working, maybe just doing something that's a bit slower with the hand sanding in that beveled, I don't know if beveled is the right word, but it's not, in that curved edge, and just getting that sanded down, perhaps on the front and the sides, and then obviously it's just main faces to sand down. Also an update on the wasp. The wasp did die. Steve came around, and I actually messaged my mum. Right, for anyone that wonders where I get my sense of humour from, you're about to learn. Obviously I was in here and saw the wasp, and I knew that my dad was going to be coming over, so I texted my mum saying, have you got any insect killer, because there's some giant fucking wasps over here. To which she replied, why are they fucking? Which really was quite funny. So I said, no, sorry. She said, are we expecting baby wasps then, if they are fucking? Which was quite funny. And I said, no, I think they've already done that. And she said, well, why are they fucking then? So, for the fun of it. To which she laughed. So yeah, that's where I get my sense of humour from, folks. She's fucking bonkers is my mother. So yeah, so when my dad came over, Steve came over, and they were both like, where's this fucking wasp then? And I was like, it's in here. It's sort of gone in hiding a bit, but it's in here. Anyway, we see something, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's it, it's over there. Now, Steve went over towards it, and he goes, that's not a wasp, it's a moth. I was like, no, it's not. And as he got closer, he was like, fucking hell, it's not. It is a wasp, it's massive. I was like, I know. So anyway, he sprayed the insect killer on it and killed it. But it was fucking huge. So yeah, hopefully I'm not going to be encountering one of them again. Now, I do know there's been a bit of a wasp problem over here for a while. There is a wasp's nest somewhere. Because over the few years we've been here, or my parents have been here, every summer there are wasps in here. So, yeah. But then we'll see how we get on with that. Other bit of information is that the coat hooks that I got from my dad and put on a piece of wood, he's absolutely delighted with it. And he's got a little, in the toilet, sounds bad that in the toilet, but there's like a little room that's got a toilet in it, and there's already some coat hooks hanging up. And he said, oh, these are brilliant, these are. He said, I'd actually got some coat hooks off your brother to replace the ones that are already on the wall in there. And I was like, oh, right. So I went and had a look. And he was like, yeah, I've got these 2 strips of coat hooks. I was going to put one up there for adults and one down there for kids. And I was like, well, if you want, I'll get you some more of the hooks. And he was like, yeah, get some more. I was like, alright then. So I've actually got some more hooks. And I have found another identical piece of wood, but I need to clean it and detach it from all its other bits. But so that's one thing that I do kind of want to try and get done today. I also cocked up a bit. I think I mentioned it before, where I put the 4 hooks on the previous piece, and then as I was getting ready to leave that day, another hook dropped out of my bag, and I was like, oh twat, yeah, there was a pack of 5. But I'm still only going to put 4 on the other piece, and then there's 2 spares for whatever or wherever he may wish to put them. So that's something I wouldn't mind trying to get done today. Now, you may see that there's a few different bits of things behind me. That thing there that's covered in the white sheet, that's like, it's quite a big display cabinet. To be fair, it's a really nice item, but it's big, and it's just kind of it's not there to be refurbished. And to be honest, I think that's too fancy for me to refurbish it. And when you open it up and see the drawers, the finish on the drawers is absolutely beautiful. And if I could get these drawers that I've done to look half as good as that, they'll look fucking amazing. So I'm not overly keen on even looking at doing anything on that. And there's some insulation boards here as well. So yeah, so I'm a little bit sort of cramped in at the moment. But I'm going to crack on and see what I can get done today. Today's not a day for pushing myself. Today's a day just to sort of get a break from the norm of being at home. So yeah, so there we are. Anyway, plus I do need to do something on this unit, because I mean, it's already taken what, 5-6 months, something like that. And like I said, if I was a professional furniture restorer, I'd probably have it done in a week, but I'm not, and I can't do stuff like that. I can't do stuff day after day. So anyway, yeah, let's crack on and see how we do, shall we? Alright, I'll give you an update in a bit. Okay, so quick little update. I have been working on the grooved edge, and there's an odd white thing there. I think it's where, I don't know if it's where there was a pin. Yeah, it must be where it was pinned in, because there's a few of them. But yeah, I've been working on this edge and I've probably got it as good as I'm going to be able to get it today. It doesn't look great, I will admit that, but it does need a clean up as well. But it's turned out to be fiddlier than you'd think, and I think it's partly because it's not, and I can't see it too well, let's see if I can get it in focus. Right, it is not a perfect shape, which means that sanding right in this bloody groove and in that groove is an absolute nightmare. But also I've had to sand the lip of the base, so it's an absolute fucking ball ache. So oddly enough, well, it's not odd, it's fucking annoying, in that, I mean, to look at me, I'm like, what, 6'1", probably weigh 20 stone. I'm not a small person. So to look at me, you might think, fuck it, I bet he could lift a bit of weight. And you know what? I used to be able to when I was fit and healthy. I think I was lifted, like I could, when I used to go to the gym, I think on my legs alone, it's about 180 kilos I could sort of push up with my legs. Which, well, it's 180 bags of sugar. So it's fucking annoying for me, where now I can barely grip a piece of sandpaper for very long. Now, it doesn't help that I do think that I broke my thumb, or at least really badly sprained my thumb, a few months ago. But it's fucking annoying when you know that you could do certain things. Like I knew I could lift a lot of weight, I could carry a lot of weight, I could run. I mean, I haven't ran in 10 years, other than hobbling to the loo before I shit myself. But then we all do that, it's part of getting old. I mean, as James can now attest, before we were doing our I'll Tell You What TV podcast, he'd never shit himself. After the first episode, we asked him that on the first episode, and he never had. Within a year, 3 times. So sorry for bringing that up again, James. But so yeah, I mean, age does catch up to us all, but it is fucking annoying. Being of my age, I'm 38, 39 this year, and I am fucked. And it is annoying. I mean, I don't know if people can. Maybe this is a message to any ladies out there, that although it is just a saying that, oh, I don't feel like much of a man, that doesn't stem from one thing. It stems from a number of things. So, for example, I mean, I can't stand at a sink and wash dishes. It's not because I'm a lazy cunt. It's because I'm too tall for your standard sink, which means I have to be bent over, which within 20 seconds has fucked my back. Now that doesn't make me feel like much of a man, because I can't do a simple task like that. How the fuck am I supposed to earn enough money to raise a family? And that's the kind of connection that us as men would make. It's like, oh, fucking hell, if I can't fucking hammer a nail into a fucking piece of wood, how the fuck am I supposed to raise children? We will make that leap. And it's an all-encompassing thing. And once we start going down that rabbit hole, it's a very difficult path back up. And I'm sure women at times perhaps don't feel like much of a woman. Perhaps their bloke isn't paying them as much attention as they'd like. I mean, for example, I know some of the people watching this are gamers. And some of them will have partners, and perhaps their partner wonders sometimes, why is it you'll spend so much time playing that bloody video game but you don't spend half as much attention on me? Well, it's not that we don't want. It's not that a man doesn't find you attractive anymore or doesn't want to spend time with you. When it comes to relationships, one of the reasons why they're saying the honeymoon period is over is because usually by that point you're living together, right? And if you're living together, that's 24/7, right? Other than when you're at work or when you're out with friends. And having that, how can I say this without getting every bloke murdered? It's not that your man might not want to spend time with you or doesn't find you attractive. It's okay, I love lasagna. I really love lasagna. But if I had it every day, I wouldn't like it as much. So sometimes you need to take not a step away, but you just need to look in another direction. That's so wrong. Do not look at other women, right? Well, you can look, but don't touch. I'm so glad I'm fucking single. If I had a missus here now, she'd be twatting me over the head. What are you talking about? So it's very easy to misconstrue a man's thought process of, like, when we're doing our gaming, majority of the time, we'll have a good laugh. And as humans, we get addicted to that kind of thing because it's fun and it's enjoyable. Now, that's not to say that spending time with a lovely partner isn't fun and enjoyable. It can be. But sometimes we can find ourselves just not even knowing what to say to start a conversation. Sometimes, I mean, as men, we do have the ability of thinking of pretty much absolutely fucking nothing, right? We can just sit there and go, football, PlayStation, and yeah, we're happy. I must admit, I wouldn't say, does it bug me? I think if I had a partner, I wouldn't necessarily say if I had a partner that tried to stop me from gaming, that relationship wouldn't go too well. Because, I'm not necessarily one for stopping your partner doing stuff that they want to do and they enjoy doing. Obviously, there are limits. If you're together, then you don't go sleeping with other people, or you know the general. But for example, I had a partner once who said to me one day, she says, my mates are thinking about going out this Friday, and they're really looking forward to this underwear party in this nightclub. And I was like, what? And basically, women, if they went in their underwear, got in for free. Now, don't get me wrong, as a nightclub owner, that's a fucking clever ploy, you perverted bastards. I can imagine there was a hell of a lot of trouble. Now, admittedly, that was one occasion where I did say to my partner at that time, I said, look, if you're interested in going to something like that, I don't think I want to go down this route of a relationship. I'm not overly keen on my partner going to a nightclub in just her underwear. Now, there was a lot of reasons for that. It wasn't just being a controlling prick. I'd worked as a bouncer, and if you've worked as a doorman or as bar staff, when you're sober and you see all these hammered people in nightclubs, it's an eye opener. It really is. And seeing how people behave to other people when they're fully clothed, fuck knows what it'd be like in an underwear party. But anyway. So yeah, so something like that I could understand. But when it comes to things like gaming, I think if I was to have a partner, she would have to understand that gaming is what I do. It's what I do to relax, and it's something that I'm good at when it comes to the racing. and they say that you should stick to the things that you're good at. You should also learn new things if you can, but if you're good at something and you enjoy doing it, then why not? Except if that thing is murder, or other bad things. I've totally gone on a fucking wandering rant here. I've completely lost my train of thought. But yeah, that's right. I was going on about like not feeling much like a man. So like today, I don't feel much. I'm not feeling very manly. But there you go. Yeah, it's fucking annoying. And okay, I'm not in the worst situation in the world, but everyone has to deal with their own situation, so it is what they know most about. Anyway, so it's starting to get a bit warm in here. It almost feels like there's a fucking heat on. It's a hot day, to be fair. So I suppose really I should crack on. I've waffled on for 10 minutes about nothing. Hopefully I've got myself out of the hole that I dug, but I doubt it. Well, actually, yeah. I mean, I was saying about like, okay, the guys that are gaming and if the partners are, well, I don't mean to do the accent or the put on the voice, but you spend more time on that bloody game than you do with me. Well, is that true? If you sleep together, that's what, 6 hours. Are you on the PlayStation for 6 hours a night? Maybe that's what men should do, actually. So I spend lots of time with you while we're asleep. It's the most peaceful part of our day. No, I don't mean that. I don't mean that at all. Yeah. So if any of the guys are listening to this with their partners, what I would say is actually, the more time you let them spend on a game, the more likely they are to appreciate you even more when they come off the game. It's a little bit like, you remember when you were young and in love and perhaps your partner, your boyfriend or girlfriend would be like going on holiday with a family and you can't wait for them to get back. And that excitement, and then they get back and they go, oh, I cheated on you, so see you later. No, I don't. But that reunited excitement, well, you can rekindle that in small doses. And I say unfortunately, when you are in a relationship with someone and you're living with someone and you do have children, it's not easy for either member to get that breakaway, that time away from the family so that they can appreciate the family more. And to be honest, everybody needs it. It's a good thing. That's not me saying, oh, go shag around. That's not what I'm saying. But, I mean, I haven't had lasagna for a while. The next time I have it, I'm going to fucking enjoy it. I had Chinese a few times week before. Not last week, 2 weeks ago. The first one, fucking lovely. The second one, very nice. By the third one, I was like, maybe I should have had a curry. But there was nothing wrong with the food, it's just that I'd had too much of it. Anyway, right. I suppose I better get something done, hadn't I? I'll update in a bit. Right. Update for today. I have completed sanding. Can't see it too well though. I have completed sanding this side. Bit of a pain in the backside going up to the edge, but doing this was a real bitch. But also I found there are a few holes, so these holes are going to need minor repairs. Because they are holes, I don't know if they go all the way through, but because they're holes and not just like divots, I'm going to need to fix them. Yeah, and also where the pins were, where there was the white dots. I'm thinking I might have to do something with over those as well. But what I'm going to do, not today. I'm done on this today. I said I wasn't going to push myself today, and I wouldn't necessarily say that I have, but I have done probably more than I should have done. My back is killing me. Knackered, absolutely knackered. Yeah, because I've managed to get that side sanded down, it does mean that there's only the left side. And if that was pointing to the right side of the screen, I apologise. But my left is there. You've got the left side, the back, and the inside to do. And considering I've managed to get that side done today while I'm feeling rough as hell, then hopefully the next session I can get that other side done and potentially make a start on the back, sanding the back down. Once I've got it all sanded down, that's when I can spot everywhere that might need a minor repair. The repair I'll do it pretty much the same way or similar to how I did the top, except I won't use a dowel because those holes aren't particularly very big. What I will try and do is what I might try and do actually, because I've got quite a bit of wood dust, I'll try and glue like the inner hole, the inner side of the hole, and let that dry, and then I can pack a bit of wood dust maybe in the hole. I might not even bother doing that, I might just put a bit of glue in the hole. But yeah, I'll use the wood dust and glue method because it worked quite well on the top, and with these holes being small it should work alright there as well without the dowels. And where the white pins are, or the heads, it almost looks like someone's put a bit of filler in it. I mean, they might have done for all I know. Where they are, I'm thinking I might just put a tiny little bit of wood dust in a bit of glue on those as well, because although they were covered by the varnish that was on it before, I don't think the stuff I've got would cover it the same way. Yeah, so I might have to do a little cover up job on them. But anyway, I am, as I said, absolutely fucking knackered now. But I'm getting closer. I am thinking as well that at the moment I may just have enough space next to my work table to put my next project together, the round table. But actually, as I said before, clamp my drawers to it, so when it comes to doing the varnishing, I can do it all together. But we're a bit of time away from that, to be honest. I mean, okay, yeah, there's not a lot of sanding left to do, although the inside's going to be a pain in the arse. There's still obviously a lot of varnishing to do. I mean, I did wonder a little while ago whether I should. I was thinking, I could put a coat of varnish on the front of the unit, but no, I don't want to, because the inside isn't ready for me to do the front. I'm just being a bit impatient and wanting to see what it might look like, but I think I'm just gonna have to wait on that one, because I mean, potentially 3 more sessions and everything's sanded. So that's 1 for the left side, 1 for the back, 1 for the inside. I've got a feeling the inside's going to take more than 1 session though. And the back of the unit, I thought all of the unit was mahogany, but the back of the unit isn't. It's actually got, well, it might be, but it's got a sort of tongue and groove cladding on the back, which is interesting really, because I mean, it's got, like I said, tongue and groove cladding on the back, so it's got wooden strips all the way across the back, but it's so wide, so making a proper back to it. You compare that to units nowadays, and it's usually a really thin piece of, I can't think of what it's called, a really thin piece of flimsy sort of MDF or something. I don't even know if I call it MDF, but yeah, I'm sure you know what I mean. It's about that thick, and yeah, if you're pissed on it, it'd probably dissolve. But anyway, right, I've got one more thing to do today, which is the coat hooks, and that's why I'm stopping now, because I haven't got a lot left in me for today, which means if I was to start sanding the left side of this unit, I'm probably not going to get the coat hook thing done, and I need to clean up some wood and cut it and sort it all out. I am actually going to show what the piece of wood is in situ, not in situ, but what is connected to it, so what it comes from to what it ends up being. Anyway, I'm going to get ready for that, so we're back in a moment. Okay, so here is, let's clear some cobwebs. Here is the piece of wood that I'm going to be making. Shouldn't turn the camera like that. The coat hook thing from. So yeah, the one that's slightly on the right, that's not fully in picture. So yeah, let's turn it from a scrap piece of wood into a coat hook. Not the prettiest of bathrooms, I know, but coat hangers or coat hooks look alright there. I mean, this room it's not damp, it's just paint flake. We'll be decorating this, and it's not a prison cell. But yeah, they look alright, and they'll look even better when the wall's painted. I'm happy with that. Hopefully Dad is too. Right, I'm done for today. I am fucked. Start getting a little bit cold. It almost looks like I've got a black eye. I haven't, it's just the lighting, because the unit is literally here, right next to the camera. Not getting a lot of light on me. No wasps today, but I have encountered a fucking enormous spider when I was giving the bathroom a quick vac. But he can stay there, because if he can eat wasps, crack on, mate. Right, I think next Monday's a bank holiday, and if it is, and it's the bank holiday I'm thinking of, it'll be the day that Derby are in the playoff final. So I don't think, if it is a bank holiday, then I think I might not be coming over. I can watch the Derby game. I don't think I'll be coming over before that, because I need to recover from whatever has been doing me bad the last few days. Hopefully getting out today will have helped, although I am in desperate need of a shower, also to make sure that I haven't got any fucking spiders on me. I hate spiders. I mean, I do something when I walk around here that I learned to do when I was a postie, which was a long time ago. And that I used to fucking... I didn't mind being a postman. The early mornings were a bit evil, but having the rest of the day, it worked for me. I just hated getting up in the mornings. But the thing I hated the most was you'd be holding the mail, like a big bundle of mail in one arm. So you'd be using your other hand to get the mail. So as you're sort of walking up to someone's drive, you're making sure that you've got all their letters. So you're not really looking where you're going. And the amount of times that you'll be walking along and all of a sudden you just go, cobweb. You've no idea where that fucking spider is. But you know you've just gone face first into cobweb. And then that makes you think, hang on a minute, how many have I walked through my body that I've not actually felt? And then it's like, spiders. So, I mean, there was one day where I was sort of looking at the mail and literally looked up and the cobweb was there and I managed to stop and the spider was right there and I was like, whoo. So what I started doing was actually walking down people's driveways like this. So at least then, if there's a cobweb, it's at least going to hit my arm first and not my fucking face. You look like an absolute knobhead, but I'd rather look like a knobhead than have spiders on me. So I do that here because there's a lot of cobwebs. So quite often I'll walk around like this. So if you do happen to see people walking around doing this, they're either doing Baby Shark and you can fucking give them shit, or they're trying not to get cobwebbed. Anyway, right, I'm going to make a move. It's starting to get a bit nippy. I'm fucking starving. So I am going to go and do that. Alright, that's the end of this one. See you later.